You know Proverbs 21:1? The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turns it whithersoever he will. In other words, God has his hand upon all authorities, and he can put the squeeze on them. And he can turn and move them. Children, your parents, you say, my parents just won't. Well, have you thought about praying? If God wants you to do something, he can change their minds. Can't he? He can do it. You know, whoever it is. We need to pray for our country. You know, I believe this, that it's not in the hands of your votes. Now, I believe in voting. I believe in campaigning. I believe in standing against evil. But ultimately, I believe God's in control. Even of that, who turns out to vote. So I pray, knowing it's in his hand. That's sovereign God. So we don't need to be distracted. Verse 24, so brethren, Christians, let every man, each and every one of us, wherein he is called, therein abide with God. Be content. Don't be distracted about your providential position in life as to who you are, where you are, and what aptitudes, abilities, appearance you have. God has placed you sovereignly. Don't be distracted about that. Secondly, and these second two will go much quicker, but down in verse 29, he would have us without distraction as to personal relationships. In the whole chapter, he's been dealing with marriage, but I look at the preface, verse 29, but this I say, brethren, the time is short. Now, I don't care how old you are. I want you to know something. Life is short. But I don't know but what your life may be very short. You say, what are you going to do this evening? I may not do any. I may rejoice in the Lord's presence this evening. What are you going to do tomorrow in Oklahoma City? I may not be in Oklahoma City. I may be in heaven. I've preached hundreds of funerals over the last 30 years. Let me tell you what. I know this. The old hour clock where the sands are coming down, and when the last drop of sand, that's the hour. Your life is like that. Now, how many grains are here and how many grains are there? I tell you, you can kind of see how many grains are here. We don't have a clue how many are left. Let me tell you what, there might be one grain left with you. Life must be lived, understanding time is precious. Time is precious. You know, you can't buy time. You can't get any more. But you know, the Christian, we can't be distracted by our pleasures, whatever they are. And look at this. They that buy as though they possess not. Christians are owned by what they own. We really don't possess things. They possess us. You know, I just say you fill your life with things and they break. And you fill your life, you spend your life paying off the credit card that you bought them with and worrying about whether they're going to last and how much they've depreciated. And your whole life is focused upon things. And you don't own them, and you don't really enjoy them that much. They own you. That's what he's saying. Don't be distracted by things. Now, things are good. Aren't you thankful? I didn't ride a horse up over here. You know, I'm thankful for that airplane. You know, I'm thankful for cars, and I'm thankful for nice accommodations and beds, and I'm glad I don't sleep on bamboo. Now, they like their bamboo, but I don't like bamboo, sleeping on bamboo. I'd rather sleep on a mattress, you know, and I like a pillow. But I'm just saying, we enjoy things. You know, 1 Timothy 6, he says, charge them that are rich in this life that they give everything away. He didn't say that. He said, don't give it all. He said, but he says, God gives us richly all things to enjoy, but he says that they be careful to maintain good works with it. And they have, the more you have, the more you're entrusted with. But let me say, you add undue distraction to your life sometimes by buying things. I'm in a mode in my life right now, and I'll just mention this to you. I am not a model for you. Okay, I don't believe in asceticism, and I don't believe there's value in having, being cold, or being hungry. I'm not saying that, but I'm just telling you, in our lives, I have, through a process of God's providence, we've gone from a house to a 34-foot travel trailer down to, right now, we're in an 18-foot travel trailer. But you know what? I moved my trailer over, and by the way, I'm getting the 34-foot fixed. But we moved it over to the church property. Why? Because my mom had and Dad had 9 acres of ground, 8 acres of ground, and I had an acre. And you know what that was? I was serving grass. God hasn't called me to serve grass. Now, let me tell you, I appreciate you with big lawns, and I can get on my bicycle and ride by and enjoy your lawn. And, you know, but I want you to know things take over sometimes, and we add things to ourselves, and we don't have even many leftovers to give God. We don't have, and not even the leftovers, not much left even for Him. Our priorities are upside down. Anything left, any time left, I'll give it to God. Any possessions left, any money left, I'll give it to God. You see, He would have us without distraction. And verse 31, and they that use this world as not abusing it. Enjoy it, but don't abuse it. For the fashion of this world passeth away. It's all going to burn up. And by the way, you know, of course, Denver here, you have a Bronco team, I think. But who won the Super Bowl in 1983? That's it. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care who did. I want you to know all the glory of the world, all the fashion of the world. I drive through our neighborhood and I look at where those, when I became pastor 30 years ago, they had their houses. And you know what? They're all these old elderly people, they're gone. And I can't say that was Carlos's house and that was Eunice's house and it's not theirs anymore. It's gone. It's gone. It's not theirs. So what? You know, so what? It's people doing God's will that is. And that's what he's trying to say. He's not writing to preachers. He's writing to the church at Corinth, to believers. And he's telling them, I would have you without distraction. Things distract us. Being bothered about who we are, what gifts we have. Those things that we couldn't help but providentially he called, the culture he brought us up in. He placed us. He made us unique. Serve him in it. Don't be distracted by that. Don't wish to be anybody else than who the Lord made you to be, where he's put you. Be content. And then as to relationships, yes, enjoy them, but be careful not to entangle yourself in relationships that will hinder you in your service to the Lord. That's the main principle. And then possessions and pleasures. Don't be distracted by them. About knowing him, doing his will. That's it. That's what life is about. Enjoying the Lord and serving him. Time is short. How much time do you have? How much time do you have? You don't know. I don't know. The issue is, what will you do